Dear wonderful folks, this is the story of Mudgar. In the annals of time, nestled within the rich history of ancient India, lies the Mudgar, a symbol of strength, endurance, and the indomitable human spirit. Imagine a time when warriors did not rely on machines or modern equipments to build their strength. They turned to nature, to tools forged by the elements and perfected through generations. The Mudgar, also known as the Indian Club, is a testament to this ancient wisdom. Crafted from wood, often shaped like a heavy mace, it was more than just a tool for physical exercise. It was an extension of the warrior's arm, a means to forge body, mind, and spirit into weapons of resilience and power. The origins of Mudgar can be traced back over 5,000 years to the time of Indian warriors known as Kshatriyas and the mighty wrestlers of ancient akharas, also known as wrestling gyms. The Mudgar was not just an exercise tool, it was the essence of a training regimen that built heroes and legends. This humble wooden club was used by some of the greatest warriors and wrestlers, including the mythical Bhima from the epic Mahabharata, whose immense strength and invincible physique were often attributed to the use of mudgars. In the Gupta period and beyond, wrestlers and soldiers across the Indian subcontinent used these weighted clubs to train for combat. The Mudgar was not only about building muscle, but also about honing the agility, balance, and precision that every warrior needed. The circular, fluid movements required by the Mudgar mimic the same motions warriors used in battle strikes, blocks, and evasions. Interestingly, clubs similar to the Mudgar were also used by the Vikings and other ancient European civilizations. Viking warriors, known for their brute strength, utilized large wooden and metal clubs which bore functional resemblance to the Mudgar. These tools were used to disable horses or opponents in battle, especially during close combat. As the centuries rolled on, the Mudgar evolved from a weapon of war to an instrument of discipline and strength, used by ascetics and wrestlers alike, all seeking the perfection of body and spirit. The royal gymnasts of the ancient and medieval Indian empires were known for their prowess in using the mudgar, a tradition that continued to flow through the veins of Indian fitness conscious culture. This widespread use of such an equipment highlights the universal recognition of the benefits of mudgar across different cultures. In today's fast paced, technologically driven world, the Mudgar remains a relic of our past, a whisper from our ancestors. When you hold a Mudgar in your hand, you are not just holding a piece of wood, you are grasping a lineage of strength that has been passed down through generations. You are channeling the energy of ancient warriors, wrestling champions, and even saints who understood the unity between the body and the spirit. There is something deeply emotional, even sacred, about this connection. It reminds us that true strength does not come from technology but from the discipline and perseverance that have been with us since the dawn of time. As your fingers curl around its handle, it's as though you can feel the weight of history itself, the sweat of generations of men and women who shaped their bodies and honed their spirits with this very tool. The Mudgar becomes more than just an exercise implement, it becomes a vessel for the energy, discipline, and determination that once fueled the greatest heroes of Indian lore. It's a connection not just to a bygone era, but to a state of being that transcends time. In the act of swinging the mudgar, you are not simply engaging in physical exertion, you are engaging in a conversation with the past. The circular, flowing motions mirror the eternal cycle of life, reminding you that strength is not about brute force alone, but about balance, grace, and perseverance. Each rotation of the Mudgar represents the ebb and flow of time, the rise and fall of civilizations, and the never ending pursuit of self mastery. This is where the emotional power of the Mudgar lies, in its ability to take you beyond the present moment and root you in the deeper story of human strength and resilience. It's about the fire that burns in your belly when you push past your limits, the quiet resolve that builds over time, and the unshakable sense of accomplishment that follows. And in this way, the Mudgar connects you to a legacy of strength that is as spiritual as it is physical, a legacy that whispers, "You are not alone. You stand on the shoulders of cosmic grace. You are part of something much bigger than yourself." When you exercise with the Mudgar, you honor the legacy, and in doing so, you forge a bond between the past and the present, carrying forth the timeless values of resilience, discipline, and unity between body and spirit. You become a part of a story that stretches back across the centuries, a story of strength that is never forgotten, always passed on. The Mudgar is not just a tool, it is a torch lighting the way forward for all who dare to pick it up and swing it with purpose. In this saga of the Mudgar, if I were to talk about the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training, let me begin by talking about shoulder mobility and strength, and thus unlocking functional movement. One of the standout features of Mudgar training is its ability to enhance shoulder mobility and strength. The swinging, circular motions of the Mudgar allow for full shoulder rotation, which is critical for improving flexibility and reducing joint stiffness. Here, muscles involved are deltoids, including anterior, lateral, and posterior. Next is rotator cuff muscles, including supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres minor, and subscapularis. Also, it engages trapezius and rhomboids. The rotator cuff muscles play a vital role in stabilizing the shoulder joint. Through repetitive controlled swings, these muscles are strengthened, reducing the risk of injury and improving the range of motions. This is particularly beneficial for athletes who require dynamic shoulder mobility, such as swimmers, tennis players, and boxers, etc. The repeated motion increases the production of synovial fluid, which lubricates the shoulder joint and reduces friction, contributing to smoother, pain-free movement. The Mudgar swings wide arcs and rotational swings act as dynamic stretching, improving flexibility in the shoulder girdle while simultaneously building strength, preventing shoulder impingement, and addressing poor posture. story of the Mudgar. When I'm talking about the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training, let me now talk about the grip strength and forearm development, a powerful foundation. One of the most immediate benefits of Mudgar training is its impact on grip strength. The design of the Mudgar, with its weighted head and tapered handle, requires a firm, consistent grip throughout each movement, leading to significant improvements in hand and forearm strength. While gripping the mudgar, the muscles involved are flexor digitorum profundus, flexor digitorum superficialis, and the muscles of the forearm, including pronator teres and wrist flexors. Unlike traditional weights, where grip engagement is often limited to short bursts, the Mudgar forces prolonged engagement of the forearm muscles, improving both isometric strength and endurance. This is beneficial for activities that require sustained grip strength, such as climbing, martial arts, tennis, and even daily manual tasks. The sustained contraction of the grip muscles during Mudgar swings enhances neuromuscular efficiency, improving the connection between the brain and the muscle fibers, allowing for better control over grip strength in other activities. Strong grip strength is essential for functional fitness. It improves your ability to lift, carry, and manipulate objects with greater control and less fatigue. Talking about this legendary equipment called Mudgar, let me now talk about the core engagement and stability, which is the key to full body strength. Mudgar training engages the core muscles in a unique and dynamic way, forcing the body to stabilize and control rotational forces. The core is the center of power for nearly every movement, and the Mudgar challenges it through its sweeping motions. The muscles involved are rectus abdominis, internal and external obliques, transverse abdominis, and erector spinae. When swinging the mudgar, your core must work to resist the rotational forces generated by the swinging motion. This builds anti-rotational strength, which is crucial for stabilizing the spine and preventing injuries during dynamic movements. The obliques are heavily involved in controlling the swinging motion, making Mudgar training an excellent way to develop rotational power, essential for almost every sports like lawn tennis, baseball, and martial arts, etc. The engagement of the deep core muscles, particularly the transverse abdominis, improves spinal stability. This helps protect the lower back during lifting, twisting, and other daily movements. In this great tale of Mudgar, as I am breaking down the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training, let me now talk about the wrist mobility and joint integrity, and thus enhancing dexterity and control. One of the unique aspects of Mudgar training is the focus it places on wrist strength and mobility. The wrist is a critical joint for stabilizing movements, and many modern training regimens overlook the importance of wrist conditioning. The muscles involved in wrist movement are flexor carpi radialis, extensor carpi radialis, extensor carpi ulnaris, and flexor carpi ulnaris. The rotational nature of the Mudgar swing forces the wrist to flex and extend through its full range of motion. This improves both the mobility and strength of the wrist, reducing the risk of injuries such as sprains and strains. As the Mudgar changes direction during swings, the wrist muscles must work to control the movement. This builds isometric strength, improving wrist stability, a critical component in many sports such as golf, cricket, javelin throw, tennis, and weightlifting, etc. In this epic tale of Mudgar, as I am breaking down the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training, let me now talk about the full body coordination and functional movement, the ultimate test of balance. Mudgar training is inherently a full body workout involving complex, coordinated movements that engage multiple muscle groups simultaneously. This makes it an effective tool for developing functional strength, balance, and coordination. The dynamic swinging motions of the Mudgar engage muscles throughout the body, from the legs, hips, and core to the arms, shoulders, and back. This mimics real-life functional movements such as twisting, reaching, and lifting. Every swing of the Mudgar engages the kinetic chain, that is, the interconnected system of muscles that work together to produce force. This leads to improved overall coordination and enhances your body's ability to perform in everyday tasks and athletic activities. Mudgar training challenges your balance and proprioception, which is the body's awareness of its position in space. The shifting weight and rotational movements of the Mudgar require constant adjustments from the body's balance systems, improving overall stability and coordination. The Mudgar promotes the harmonious interaction of muscle groups, emphasizing the importance of muscle synergy. This enhances overall athletic performance and reduces the risk of injury by training the body to move as a cohesive unit. Narrating the story of this legendary equipment called Mudgar, as I am breaking down the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training. Let me now talk about the cardiovascular and muscular endurance, a dual benefit. Mudgar training provides a surprising cardiovascular benefit, especially when performed at high intensity or for extended periods. The repetitive full body movements elevate the heart rate, offering both aerobic and anaerobic conditioning. The large muscle groups involved in Mudgar swings demand a significant amount of oxygen, forcing the cardiovascular system to work harder. This leads to improved heart health, increased lung capacity, and enhanced circulatory function. The repetitive nature of Mudgar training builds muscular endurance in the arms, shoulders, back, and core. By sustaining these movements over time, your muscles adapt to work longer before developing fatigue, which improves performance in activities that require prolonged efforts, such as running, hiking, and combat sports, etc. Mudgar training taps into both the aerobic system for long duration, moderate intensity workouts and the anaerobic system for short bursts of high intensity. This improves your body's ability to switch between energy systems, enhancing both endurance and power output. In this epic tale of Mudgar, as I am breaking down the art, the technique, and the benefits of Mudgar training, let me now talk about the mental focus and psychological benefits. Developing warrior like mindset. One of the most profound benefits of Mudgar training is the mental focus it demands. Unlike many forms of exercise that allow the mind to wander, Mudgar training requires total concentration and mental clarity. The rhythmic flowing movements of the Mudgar force you to concentrate on each motion, developing a strong mind muscle connection. This improves muscle recruitment and enhances the efficiency of your movements in other movements and activities. Mudgar training involves complex, multi-directional movements that stimulate the brain's neural pathways. This improves cognitive function, including memory, coordination, and decision making. The focus required to master Mudgar techniques can translate into improved concentration in other areas of life. The rhythmic nature of Mudgar training has a meditative quality, allowing you to enter a flow state. This reduces stress, calms your mind, and promotes mental clarity. The repetitive motions help lower cortisol levels, the body's primary stress hormone, which contributes to improved emotional well being. Mudgar training teaches patience and perseverance. The challenge of controlling the swinging weight, mastering complex movements, and pushing through fatigue builds mental toughness and discipline. This mindset of resilience can have a profound impact on other areas of your life, helping you face challenges with determination and grit. In this story of Mudgar, as I'm talking about the benefits of Mudgar training, let me now talk about the hormonal response, boosting vitality and recovery. Mudgar training engages large muscle groups in compound movements, triggering a strong hormonal response in the body. This has both immediate and long term benefits for strength, recovery, and overall well being. Testosterone and growth hormone. The heavy dynamic nature of Mudgar training stimulates the release of testosterone and growth hormone, two key hormones responsible for muscle growth, fat loss, and recovery. This makes Mudgar training particularly effective for building lean muscle and improving body composition. The repetitive rhythmic movements of Mudgar training trigger the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel good chemicals. This creates a sense of euphoria and well being post workout, which can reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. The full body engagement and cardiovascular demand of Mudgar training lead to an increased metabolic rate, promoting fat loss and improving overall energy levels. So, my dear wonderful folks, in order to conclude this story of Mudgar, I would say it's a holistic approach to strength and well being. Mudgar training is far more than just a workout, it's a complete system for building functional strength, improving mobility, and sharpening mental focus. By engaging multiple muscle groups, challenging coordination, and fostering a deep mind body connection. Mudgar training provides a holistic approach to fitness that is as effective today as it was centuries ago. This ancient art is not only for the past but for the future of humanity.